Hey guys, I hope you're all doing very well. I have been thinking about making a series where I recreate the main landmarks at Walt Disney World. And to begin with, I'm going to share with you my process into creating the Spaceship Earth. That giant shiny ball that to me represents what Epcot could have been. Hence, I see it as an honor and symbol to Walt Disney's incredible imagination and visions for the future. I dedicated around 4 hours previous recording this video since I was figuring out the most efficient and easiest way for you either beginners or experienced 3D modelers in Maya or Cinema 4D. So let's just dive right into it. Create a sphere into the 3D workplace and press T in your keyboard to transform. And just stretch out the shape right about this size in order for you to get a fair realistic scale. Scale is very important when creating a realistic model. So I would recommend you increasing the sphere segments up to about 60 and change the type of segment distribution to an icosahedron, pardon, and press a C in your keyboard to enable editing the shape. Go into polygon mode and hold down Command A to select all sides so I can extrude them out. And press D in your keyboard to extrude. Or you can just right click on any polygon and choose extrude in the menu. So you can extrude it out, not that big, or not inner extrude. So you're gonna extrude it right about this size. Fair realistic size. And there you have a pretty simple Epcot bowl that needs a lot of work. So you are going to right click and choose split, and it's going to be the second one, the one you're going to work with. So you can just delete the first one and remain with the second one, which means that you're only going to have the outer side of the bowl, which is the side you're going to work with. Command A to select all and choose extrude inner from the menu. There you go. What I'm doing here is I'm selecting the sides independently. Because the problem is some triangles are smaller than others, so you would need to do them independently. You would need to extrude inner independently, otherwise it would mess up the shape. So that was what I was trying to do there. Here you can see I covered all the sides, making sure there's nothing left. And then I'm gonna extrude inner. Right about there, when you see it starts getting dark, stop it, because you're doing it wrong. So right about there. You can do it again. As you can see, there was a dark spot over there, so I stopped. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transform, hold down the key in your keyboard, and transform, holding down shift. But as you can see, is transform really weirdly, and that's because we have our polygon selection, so we're going to get rid of it. It's called a funk tag. We're going to get rid of it so that we have a spiky shape, that it looks more like the Spaceship Earth. Then we're going to extrude inner again. You're going to make sure those little spikes are really tight. And there you have it, the Epcot ball. It wasn't that hard, wasn't it? So here I'm trying to make sure I did it right. And now I'm figuring out what am I gonna do with the legs, because the foundations for the legs are pretty precise to model. I'm just going through many pictures to have an idea of what am I gonna do. Reference is a big important part of your modeling process. There are three things that makes a model successful. One is scale, the other one is thinking as a designer, just putting yourself into the shoes of the people that frequent these places. Once you do those three things, your model is going to be successful. Of course, you would have to model the right way, but that's a philosophy I like to follow. And we're back. As you can see, I still have the ball right about there. And I'm gonna hide it for a little while so I can work better. You hide it just selecting the red dots. And as you can see, I put a platform inside of the ball, which is how it's actually done in real life. Then I put in the cylinder in the middle of that giant rectangle. You know, doing this really saves you a lot of time because you are getting a lot of the shapes with the right measurements, and it's really efficient. So I'm doing this in order to get the foundations for the legs or the supports, to get them in the right position. If you do this, you are going to get them in the right position. As you can see, it doesn't look really good in there. So that's why you need the shapes in the inside to calculate. So you rotate it a 40-degree angle, holding down shift so that you get a perfect angle. And then I just move it right about there in the middle of the corner of this rectangle. A little bit further. Right about there. So you can see it's very horizontal to the shape in the inside. Then I'm just gonna use a symmetry to have it in the other side. It's just make it a children of the symmetry. You put it right inside of symmetry, and as you can see, it's starting to look more realistic right now. So you have to select those two and lean them towards the ball. But as you can see, they're falling very short, and that's because we have to make them larger. But we're starting to get the right angle. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna hide the symmetry for a while and also hide the sphere. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enlarge the shape. I'm gonna duplicate those 8 rectangles. move them slightly up. So I transform them down and put them up right about there. But then I thought, and I was just like, that's pretty dumb. Why don't you just get it and edit it and then just shrink it down? That's what I ended up doing. So I duplicated those. Trying to follow in the same shape. So the good thing about the symmetry is that as you're doing the left side of the foundation for the ball, it's doing the same thing on the right side, but you're not seeing it because I heated it. So that's the good thing about doing this with symmetry, because you don't have to do it twice. You already have it. So as you can see, it's larger. I'm hiding the sphere again. And then I put back on the symmetry to make sure they look right. So I'm gonna just speed up this part of the video and you can see what I'm doing. Hey guys, so we're back, and I realized there was a gap between those polygons. So what I'm doing is I'm deleting them. I can then fill the polygons in a way I'm gonna teach you. So if this ever happens to you, you don't need to delete the shape. You can just delete the polygons and do what I'm gonna do. So you're going to use the close polygon hole tool in the menu. So what I'm gonna extrude that out just like that, making sure it's in the same direction. So you can use the subdivision surface to give a square shape a more rounded feel to. So you can make it a children of the subdivision surface. And then you're gonna go into the polygon mode and select the knife and make sure that the mode is loop so that you can cut it and make it look a little bit more square, and at the same time a rounded corner so that it doesn't look too technical and it doesn't look too unrealistic. So you can see I'm trying to shape the corners. So what I ended up doing is I deleted that leg and I'm duplicating this one and just placing it right in there. So as you can see, it's more organic. So I'm creating this shape so that I can put it in between both legs. You're gonna see what I'm gonna end up doing there.
I fell and lost to the war, shot me dead. I was lost and I said to the voices in my head, I'm gonna get up again. I'm gonna get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up again. I'm gonna get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up again. Look into my eyes. My heart beats like a drum. You listen to my lies. Love is far to come. Your love is far. Running at the speed of light, kissing under city lights. Calls me in this morning time, it just goes on. Running at the speed of light, kissing under city lights. Calls me in this morning time, it just goes on.
Hey guys, and we're back. So what I'm doing there is I'm deleting the little rectangle so I can make an opening to the shape. And then I'm gonna fill it up with new polygons. So you can see I'm going into edge mode to select the edge independently and bring it up so that I can get this nice rounded shape. And there you have it. That's almost a complete foundation for the spaceship Earth. Hey, so we're back again. What I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to create the fountain that it's located in front of the spaceship Earth. And it's so pretty, man. I love this fountain. And I had to put it in the video. I'm really obsessed with that. So I just created a simple cylinder. And I just dissolved every polygon so that I can make this rounded shape in the inside and extrude them down. And then I just duplicate the shape, rotate it upside down, and I just made the fountain. It's easy as that. I mean, modeling is just, I guess it's just imagining everything. I've never been into the park, so this is just all my imagination and trying to get it as realistic as I can get. So what I'm doing here finally is just creating another square, just like that, so that I can make a little base for the foundations of the ball. So you can see I'm trying to make a little fence for the supports. Scale it down a little bit. Get it right about there. You know, when you're modeling something, it's pretty easy to just go way off the line and create something that doesn't compare to the other shapes in the space. So then again, scale is pretty important. I know I'm really picky about it, but if you don't have the right scale, you're not gonna have the right model and the right, I guess, the realism of the 3D elements in the space. So I'm just selecting the upper polygon over there, and I'm gonna extrude inner. Right about there. So I'm gonna extrude it down so I can get this nice step. That's a nice depth to it. So I'm just gonna duplicate it and place it on the other side. And then I'm gonna get them both and put them in the same object, which is what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna make them as children of a symmetry. I select symmetry and I select both of them. And now I'm gonna group them. And they're gonna appear on the other side. And I'm gonna do the same thing for the main piece under the ball. I'm gonna duplicate it. I was trying to make it some weird shape, but it didn't work. So what I ended up doing is I'm selecting the same shape. As you're gonna see right now, I selected it and I'm gonna duplicate it. transform it, stretch it out, and shrink it down right about there. And I'm making a nice ledge to it. It's a nice curve. You know, those little details is what makes the model stand out. It's what makes it have its own character. And I guess we're done with the Spaceship Earth project. I'm trying to get the right frame. And then I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of my process to render this image. Of course, I'm using V-Ray, which is an amazing rendering engine for Cinema 4D. It's very realistic, and if you know the tricks to get around it, I learned it in 4 months. I mean, you can learn in one day or 1 week, but to get really good at it, you need to spend a lot of time, and it's very time consuming, but you can get really good results in your first rendering. So yeah, I recommend you trying it. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you all had an amazing day, and I hope this helped, and I want to see your results, I want to see your renderings, and I want to see your models. So email me the images and I'll look into it. Thank you guys, and have an awesome day.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. Coming soon, precious.